Good afternoon and welcome to Thunderbird Stadium. It's Saturday, it's sunny, it's League 1 BC Men's Division action in a game with massive playoff implications for both of these sides as Harborside visit from Nanaimo. They've had a nice ferry journey over and they want to make their day even better by moving into the top four and a playoff spot in League 1 BC. Trying to stop them and trying to regain first place in the League 1 BC standings are Vancouver Whitecaps. I'm your match commentator Michael McCall and we are in for what should be a fantastic matchup this afternoon. We'll get straight into the starting lineup for both these sides. For Harborside, led by head coach Kevin Lindo. In goal, number 1 Cal Weir, number 2 Joseph Chiari, number 3, Yusuf Osman. Number 4, Wyatt Lyon. Number 5, Cam Shaw. Number 6, Fergus Hall. Number 7, Suka Baheri. Number 10, Billy Biopoulos. Number 16, Michael Heppel. Number 17, Charlie Purcell. And number 22, Tristan Cornwall. For the Whitecaps, lining up in a 3-5-2 formation and led by head coach Ewan Fisher. In goal for them, wearing the number 80 jersey, is Alex Milosevic. It's a back three of number 77, Joshua Dekala, number 87, Sahai Williams, and number 72, Nikos Clark-Tozak. Midfield 5, number 84, Amoni Thomas, number 68, Cristiano da Silva, number 65, Mario Lefevre, number 88, Angela Zhu, number 85, Sydney Wathuta, and leading the line, number 79, Matteo Samori, and number 94, Edwin Espinal. The referees for this one, the man in the middle is Amir Ramic, first assistant referee Quentin Benetti, second assistant referee Max Aldendorf, and the fourth official is Liam Abreu. It's third placed Whitecaps taking on fifth placed Harborside as we go into this afternoon's matches. Another game this afternoon that will have also big playoff implications as fourth place Unity travel to Kamloops to take on Rivers. That one kicks off after this one. You can also find that one streamed live on YouTube as well. The Whitecaps have played 9, won 4, drawn 4, just the one solitary defeat, and that was to current league leaders, TSS Rovers. They've 16 goals for, they've 13 goals against, and they're sitting on 16 points. And they'll be getting the action underway here in the white jerseys. Blue shorts with the blue traditional band going from right to left in this first half. Harborside with the dark blue jerseys, the light blue shorts and the white numbers going from left to right. They've also played 9 games. They've won 3, they've drawn 2, they've lost 4. 18 goals for, 19 goals against. 11 points is where they sit as a fast start here, almost letting Jew get in. But Cal Weir quickly off his line to deal with that one. 5 points between the teams going into this one. The Whitecaps won the first meeting between these two teams 3-2 in Nanaimo on May the 11th. David Ajagbe and a brace from Riley Ferraro did the damage for the Whitecaps. Billy Biopoulos got 2 goals in that game. 2 of the league leading 10 he has on the season. He is the Golden Boot leader and there is nobody even close to him really at the moment. Masood Habibullah chasing him down, last year's Golden Boot winner. He has 5 goals, 4 in the last 2 games for TSS Rovers. Another brace last night in our featured game of the week. But he's going to have to really go on a tear to catch Billy Biopoulos. And between Biopoulos and Suka Baheri, 13 goals. And Baheri leading the league with 6 assists as well. The Egyptian has had a fantastic season once again for Harborside. And those two just link up absolutely fantastically, as you would expect by a couple of players that know each other so well from playing for the VIU Mariners in Pac West. 9 different players have found the back of the net for the Whitecaps. Only 5, though, for Harborside. But why do you need more when you've got Biopolis banging in 10? Harborside are the second highest scorers in the league, but they also have the second worst goals against, which I think says why they are currently sitting outside the playoff spots looking in. But they, at least maybe even just temporarily, can move into the top 4 with a big 3 points this afternoon. And Kevin Lindo will fancy that his side can get that one done. Whitecaps have scored in every game so far that they've played this year, with 1 clean sheet. Harborside have also just kept 1 clean sheet, and they've only been kept off the score sheet once. So I'm expecting goals in this one, and it's a fast-paced start. Very warm conditions down there. You're looking about 28 degrees roughly. The wind that was here for the women's game seems to have died down as the sun moves into the highest point of the afternoon. Whitecaps leading scorer David Ajagbe not starting this one. And the Whitecaps will certainly have to watch for that double act of Beharry and Biopolis. B&B will put you to sleep. Whitecaps just moving the ball around the back line. We know they like to play the patience game. They don't try and force anything. They look for something to open up in any of the channels. And they've been very successful with that so far this year. Defending League 1BC champions, of course. And a big burst of pace there from Clark Tozak. Cuts the ball back beautifully, gets away from Chiari. But Harborside clear the danger. Nice crossfield ball to Beharry. Skips into the box. Excellent play from Beharry, looking for his strike partner, Biopolis, but cut out by the Whitecaps there. The Whitecaps will win a free kick for that little shove in the back. Remember, if you want to get in touch with us during the broadcast to talk about this match, either of these teams, the playoff battle, or League 1BC in general, you can do so on Twitter, /X at AFTN Canada. Or if that is not your thing, send us an email at aftncanada@hotmail.com. We love to make these broadcasts interactive. And we will get through your messages as this one goes on. Long ball over the top, looking for Espinal to try and get played in. Too much on that. That will just run through into the arms of Cal Weir. Weir with a lot of experience under his belt. And he's going to have to be in top form this afternoon. The Whitecaps build this one out from the back. Milosevic getting his first star of the year. Ben Alexander has been the staple in goal for the Whitecaps. Milosevic getting the start here today. Williams plays that forward to Captain Samori. Harborside break it up, try and get something going. They're going to have to watch. Chiari was looking to make the run. He was wanting the ball over the top there. A diagonal crossfield ball would have certainly played him in. Instead, they're building up the left. Just kept in there by Cornwall. That's a long ball forward, not really playing in anyone in particular, and that's just going to run through to Milosevic. The 17-year-old only joined the Whitecaps Academy in August of last year. Came through the Mountain United system. Most of these guys have played the winter season in the Fraser Valley Soccer League. It's good preparation for them going against much older competition for heading into League One. And it's been a good season for the Whitecaps so far. You never know what to expect when it's a new age group moving up. This was the Whitecaps U17 team for last year primarily. And this season and next season's U19s. As Williams takes a pass inside to Zhu. He'll play back to Lefevre. Thomas, who's had an excellent season for the Whitecaps. I've really enjoyed watching Amoni Thomas play, the 17-year-old from Edmonton. We've seen him more as a right back, kind of getting the right wing back role this afternoon. Purcell turns away, threads this through for Beharry to get the shot in there. Sorry, that was Biopolis. And Beharry leaving the corner kick, actually. We're used to seeing Suka Beharry with his great set-piece deliveries here. Leaving it, though, for Michael Heppel. Another VIU Mariner. Heppel is a big bulk of this Harborside team are current and alumni from the Mariners. Heppel will send this high into the box, onto the head there of the captain, Fergus Hall. Takes a touch of the Whitecaps there and runs out for another corner, this time on the near side for Harborside. This time it's Wyatt Lyon over to take this one. Lyon, dangerous in-swinger into the back of the box. Milosevic more than a match for it. And he'll hold into that and let the Whitecaps clear the lines here before rolling it out to Williams, who's immediately put under a bit of pressure there from Beharry. Clark Tozak now with a long ball forward, not really to anyone in particular. That's just going to run through to Cal Weir. Weir from Yukon, Haines Junction in Yukon, the 20-year-old. Played in League One last year and had a great year with Harborside. 2 clean sheets from his 11 games played. The Whitecaps just recycling this out off the back. They'll come up the left wing now. Clark Tozak. Outside to Wathuta, who's tripped as he gets past Chiari there, and the Kiwi gets a talking to. I was wondering what the referee is blowing his whistle and pointing at right now. Still none the wiser, to be honest, but it is a free kick coming up here for the Whitecaps. De Silva is going to stand over this, send it high into the box. Two-man wall for Harborside, but it's a wall with a huge hole in the middle. Not that De Silva's probably going to go through it. He would have to have pinpoint accuracy to curl that between them. Instead, sends it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Cleared by Harborside, and the follow-up sees Zhu bundling over the Harborside player there, and it's going to bring up a free kick for the visitors just outside the box. And the ball just running back through to Weir. As you'd imagine in these conditions, not keeping up that very fast-paced start from the first 5 minutes. But Harborside, nice little back heel there. Chipped into the box, looking to try and play in Purcell, but the Whitecaps get it clear high up into the air. Can't fully clear it. Chested down by Osman. He'll play that out wide, throws it through to Purcell. Tried to cut that back to Beharry, but that was very well read by the Caps. And Dekala brings it out. Harborside win it back though. Beharry slots it through to Biopolis. Touch inside from the Golden Boot leader. Whitecaps under a bit of pressure there from the two men, and a little trip there on Zhu is going to bring them a little bit of respite and bring up the free kick for the home side. Got a message from Paul Lecomte, who is watching from a cold and windy New Zealand. He loves Thunderbird Stadium, wishes he was here. I love New Zealand, I wish I was there, so we can maybe arrange a swap at some point. Hope to, that's on my bucket list, to get down to New Zealand at some point. Anyone that regularly listens to our AFTN podcast will know my love for New Zealand. No, obsessed with their TV and comedians. And they produced a fairly few good footballers over the years as well. One of them on the pitch just now, of course, for Harborside, and Joseph Chiari. Rebecca Van Dort, another Kiwi, was playing for Harborside in the women's game earlier. Purcell plays that out wide to Lyon. Beharry tries to get something going on the right. He's got a few options inside, plays it in to Hall. Beharry gets it back. Osman does well to turn away, but that's well read by Dekala, who's going to bring this forward for the Whitecaps. Streaking forward, Joshua Dekala, before unceremoniously being sent crashing to the turf. And I wonder if that might bring out the first yellow card of the afternoon. Just looks like it's going to be a talking to for Michael Heppel. If you can do a tackle like that, break up a good play and not come away with a booking, then I think you've done a fairly good job out there. Whitecaps will try and get something else going up their left side with Clark Tozak. Williams up to Samori. Plays it out to Thomas on the right. Thomas cuts inside. That's a great tackle there. And it's going to give a chance there for Harborside to get something. Beharry, though, good recovery play by Moni Thomas there, sliding in, taking that ball off the feet of Beharry as he was set to play that into the middle, looking to link up once again with Billy Biopolis. Harborside free kick here. 23 yards from goal, over to the edge of the box, and Behere is going to whip in a dangerous one here. Wouldn't even put it past him going for goal. We know he's got that in his locker. Chips it in onto the head and just wide from Tristan Cornwall. Takes a touch off a Whitecap player on the way through, and that just bounced wide at the right post there. Milosevic unable to get to that. Beautifully floated in there from Suka Behere. You see the wind down in that corner. As Harborside play that shot, falls to Biopoulos, who goes for goal. It's blocked by Milosevic, and it's eventually cleared by Angelo Zhu. Harborside keeping the pressure on. They know how important this game is, and Harborside have their playoff fate in their own hands really at the moment. And pushing hard for the opening goal here. They've got this game today, a bye week next weekend, before then a crazy 2-game weekend where they take on TSS on the 20th of July and then Unity on the 21st of July. So that is 2 matches that are going to have huge playoff implications for all the teams involved. And if they can get a win this afternoon, they are looking very good to get to the playoffs for the first time in only their 2nd season in the league. And they've been the better of the teams in the opening going here, it has to be said. And that is absolutely fantastic play once again there by the Caps. Amoni Thomas back, and the ball played forward, looking to try and play in the captain Samori, but too close to Weir, and he'll collect that. Quickly get on with it as well for Harborside. Harborside moving the ball around very nicely out there. Whitecaps reduced to try and hit on the counter. They have got players that can certainly trouble this Harborside defence with the quick counters. Purcell. Osman forced back there, and Harborside backpedaling a little bit here, and they'll just play it safely back to Callum Weir. Long ball forward by Weir, who has represented Canada at international level in futsal and was over earlier this year at the CONCACAF qualifiers. If you hear any weird things coming from Cal Weir as well, he likes to talk to the goalposts. Get them on his side. We'll see if that works out for him this afternoon or not. As that long ball forward comes to nothing for the Whitecaps, it's just going to give Harborside the chance to bring it out again from the back. It's that long ball forward for Purcell to chase down Milosevic quickly off his line to deal with that, and a big boot sends it into touch. Assured play there from the young Caps keeper. Osman plays that forward ball, comes in a high one, and again Milosevic quickly off his line. Haven't got a height for Milosevic, but he looks a very tall figure in goal for the Whitecaps as they try to get something going up the other end, but that was very well played there by Cornwall. He's come the closest on any side to breaking the deadlock in the first 20 minutes of this one. Still scoreless here though at Thunderbird Stadium. We had 2 water breaks in the women's game about the midway point of each half. I'm expecting it again for these games, so First one of those should be coming up in the next couple of minutes as the wind picks up again here at Thunderbird, which will be a welcome relief to everyone that is down at pitch level. Ju flicks that header on. Tries to follow up and pick up the loose ball, but it's won back by Harborside. Immediately given away though. Decala inside to De Silva. He plays it forward to Ju. He's got a couple of options. Espinal makes room for the shot, goes for goal. Doesn't quite have the power in it to trouble Weir. And he'll just quickly get that up the other end of the pitch with a long ball forward, looking to try and play in Biopolis. Headed clear by Clark Tozak. Doesn't quite go out of bounds, and it's kept in well by Chiari. Biopolis now does get the ball. Gets a fortunate deflection, cuts inside, plays it forward, looking to try and play in Beheri, and very well read again by Sahai Williams. Another player that's really impressed me in the back line for the Whitecaps this season. Williams back on the ball again just now, and acres of room here. De Silva turns away from his man. Espinal, nice touch outside to Clark Tozak. He'll send it into the middle. Harborside can't fully clear it though. De Silva picks it back up. Sprays it out to the right to Thomas, but gets the return pass. Ju now makes room for the shot, goes for the ambitious 20-yarder. Too much on that, and that is high and over. And that will bring up the first water break of the afternoon here at Thunderbird Stadium in the men's match. And while we have this water break, L1BC would like to acknowledge the following league partners. CIBC, the lead partner for Canada Soccer, the Canadian Premier League and League One. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. The Cruyff Institute, educating athletes, sport and business professionals to become leaders in sport management. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and preferred match ball for League One. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories. The Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. One Soccer, the home of soccer in Canada. Join the movement and watch Canadian national team matches and every CPL game from any device. And BC Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire and unite. So we're goalless through the first 25 minutes here at Thunderbird Stadium. The players are on a water break. I will quickly have one myself and we'll be back in a few seconds here.
Here at Thunderbird Stadium. Whitecaps will host VWFC again Sunday, July the 14th at 3.
Players back on the pitch just now. Whitecaps still have 3 matches to play, including this one at home next week to Burnaby. Next Sunday, that one kicks off. July 14th. We'll have the stream. I won't have the commentary for it. Gideon Hill is back doing commentary for that one. I'm going to be, I'm going to be in Rivers for, or Kamloops for the featured game, which is Rivers against TSS. And depending how results go tomorrow in League One and today here at Thunderbird, that could be a game that sees TSS Rovers clinch another Canadian Championship berth. A lot of football to be played by many teams before that happens. If any points dropped by the Whitecaps this afternoon, and TSS could really be in pole position with a win over Altitude tomorrow. No stream for that game, so if you want to take that in, and I highly recommend you do, get along to Kinsman Field. That one kicks off at 3:30 on the North Shore and should be an absolute cracker. as this is. It's simmering just now. It's waiting to hit boiling point, but this is two very good teams. They produced a 5-goal thriller in May in Nanaimo. And I would put money on there being goals in this one. Too many dangerous players on the pitch just now and on the bench as well for this not to lead to some goals. Lyon turns, whips it into wide open Biopolis, makes room for the shot, and what a save by Milosevic. The Golden Boot leader, 10 goals on the season. You thought he would add to his tally there, but Milosevic comes up with a massive stop. And it's still scoreless here at Thunderbird. Now the Whitecaps up the other end. Jew plays it out to Espinal. That's well read and cut out though. Fantastic break-up play by Cornwall. Plays it back to his captain, Fergus Hall. The Whitecaps win it back. Jew trying to find room somewhere. He's 3 Harborside players around him. Ends up playing it back to Wathuta. Williams now. Powering forward to High Williams. Touch inside back to Jew. Espinal tries a little give and go, but an important tackle coming in there from Heppel. But the Whitecaps get it back right away. Lefevre tries to play that out to Thomas, but that's cut out by Harborside. Now they've got a chance to get something going. Beharry now. Showing his dancing skills, not getting a lot of room, a lot of Whitecaps around him. Purcell now. Nice little turn by Purcell, gives it back up the wing here to Osman. And he can't keep it in, fouled in the process, it looked like, but I think the ball was out. Harborside bench calling for a free kick, but it's just going to be a goal kick to the Whitecaps instead. Into the final 15 minutes of the first half here. This game's on a knife edge as Zhu threads that through, looking for Samori. It's got too much on it. He tried his best to keep it in, but Matthias Samori unable to do anything there. And Weir goes down under no contact there, and that is not a good sign for Harborside. Could just be a bit of cramp in these conditions, but Cal Weir is such an instrumental part to this Harborside team. And the trainers are going to come on. Weir got a call up by Pacific to be on the bench for one of their matches in Canadian Premier League recently. And it's nice when you see the guys coming through League One and getting rewarded by that. Harborside will certainly be hoping that he is good to go. If not, Matthew McConaughey is the sub-goalie on the bench, a 19-year-old. Has started the last 2 games for Harborside when Weir was away. And while Weir's getting a little bit of treatment, we'll just go on some radio silence and have another quick water break here. looks like Cal Weir is good to continue, and that's a welcome sight for this Nanaimo side that rely so heavily on their big keeper. Weir started playing in goal at the age of 8, and often it's like goalkeepers, it's not the first choice for a lot of players, and it's more sometimes when they maybe get a bit older that they start playing in goal. I know myself, not that I've played at anything near a high level, but always was a forward, but then as I've got older, it's more goalkeeping for me, which I do enjoy. Not with the full-size goals, I definitely don't enjoy that, but we're good to continue here. DeCala tries to thread that through to someone, but it's cut out well by Cornwall. Nice ball forward for Biopolis to chase down. He needs a little bit of support. It's coming up now, but very slowly. Biopolis is going to have to do a lot here himself, and a great shot from the byline from Biopolis, turned away by Milosevic. Now the Whitecaps have a chance at the other end. It's 2v2 here. Samori's got Espinal inside. Samori looks like he's going to go himself. Goes for goal, and that's just high and flashes wide as well. End-to-end stuff here. It's going to be a game in these conditions where there's going to be slowness, there's going to be some methodical play as they don't want to expend too much energy, and then it's just going to explode into life, like we saw there, end-to-end stuff. Big save again, though, from Milosevic, who's certainly leading my man-of-the-match contenders right now. Zhu turns away, gets the ball taken off him, though. And now Harborside with Chiari. Chiari played down in New Zealand in the National League with Miramar Rangers, Wellington Phoenix Reserves and Lower Hutt City. I've enjoyed watching the NPL games. They're free on YouTube. I highly recommend that you follow the channel and take in some fantastic action, some great venues down in New Zealand, very picturesque. Of course, a lot of players down in the NPL have made the move over to Canada in League One in the CPL. It's Thomas, high one, flicked back to his keeper though by Hall. Cal Weir not showing any ill effects from that injury. It's a long ball forward here to Purcell. He's got Biopolis in the middle. Centres it for Biopolis, and Milosevic again coming up big for the Whitecaps, taking that off the foot. It looked like Biopolis was set to tuck that one away for his 11th of the season, and denied again by the Big Caps keeper. Zhu, every time Zhu gets the ball, he seems to have 3 or 4 Harborside players around him. Gets away though, Angelo Zhu. De Silva now plays it out to Thomas. Touch inside from Amoni Thomas. Tried to thread that through to Espinal. Cut out though by Lyon. And Harborside will get themselves a free kick into the last 9 minutes of the first half here. Still scoreless between the Whitecaps and Harborside, but a very entertaining game so far. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're taking the action in at home. And remember, you can keep up to date with all the news, stats, standings and more on the League One Canada app, free from the Android and Apple stores. Keep up to date with League 1BC, League 1 Ontario and League 1 Alberta. And follow all the news as well on League1BC.ca. As Milosevic again called into action. Wish we had stats that I could look at here, because I'm very curious how many saves Milosevic has made so far. It feels like it's approaching the double-digit mark, maybe 7 or 8 so far. De Silva with a long crossfield ball to Thomas. That was a great ball there from Cristiano De Silva. Again, referee slowing things down. Not entirely sure why. Seems to be a little bit of fixing the shin guards for Suku Beheri. The Whitecaps get on with the throw, and that delay just allowed Harborside to regroup a little bit. Williams streaking forward once again. Plays it back to Zhu. Harborside have done a very good job this afternoon of not giving up any space to the Whitecaps. They've had to earn everything that they've got. And another good sliding tackle coming in there. This time from Cam Shaw. And a bit of misunderstanding there from Harborside, and that's going to bring up a rare corner in this half for the Whitecaps. But a chance to send their big bodies forward for this set piece. And Zhu will be over to take this one, as he has been for most of their set pieces this season. The 18-year-old from West Van. The left footer will send a curler into the edge of the 6-yard box, you would imagine. Does just that on to the head there of Decala, but the referee not liking how he rose there. And that's going to bring up a free kick for the visitors, as neither team able to find the breakthrough so far. Harborside have had the better opportunities and will feel that they could have been ahead, and they should have been ahead if it wasn't for the fantastic play and goal from Alex Milosevic. Ball chipped forward for Purcell. He brings it down well. He's got Beheri to his outside. Beheri making the run. Purcell didn't give it to him though. Instead gives the ball away with Thuta now. And Wathuta's got the speed. He gets away from his man. He's powering forward here. Sydney Wathuta. Touch outside to Samori. Centres it into the back post, and it's in the back of the net. And Edwin Espinal has put the Whitecaps in the lead in the 41st minute here. And that was a quick transition play. All the hard work done initially by Sydney Wathuta, and then a pinpoint delivery in from Matteo Samori, finished well by Espinal. And the Whitecaps, somewhat against the run of play, have the lead here. It's Whitecaps 1, Harborside 0. And a first goal of the season as well for Edwin Espinal. Second assist of the season for Samori. And Harborside are going to feel hard done by. They've been the better team. They've had the better chances. But that counts for nothing if you're not putting it in the back of the net. Let's see what kind of response we're going to get from them.
From Espinal in the 41st minute.
No need to hit the panic button yet for Harborside. Still a lot of this match to go. And they have played some of the nicer stuff so far. But that goal, as things stand right now, puts the Whitecaps back to the top of the men's division. And a giveaway there. Samori just can't bring that down. It just runs away from him. Long ball forward for Biopolis to try and get onto it, and a headed clearance there from the keeper. Beheri brings it down. Touch inside to Biopolis, back to Beharry, who goes for the shot, doesn't really have the power on it, and Milosevic easily deals with that one. Cornwall battling away with the goal scorer Espinal, and the referee Ramic not happy with Espinal there, calling a foul on him. Looked a 50-50 to me, didn't really see too much in that. But gives Harborside a free kick, 5 yards inside the Whitecaps half as we move into the last 2 minutes of the first half here. Heppel, that one just gets away from him. The Whitecaps will try and get it out. Cornwall trying to head that back forward, looking to play that to Chiari, but unable to keep it in. And the Whitecaps, I'm sure, will just slow things down here and try and let the seconds of this half tick down. Clark Tozic up the wing. Cornwall with a header. Beharry picks up the loose ball in the middle of the Caps half. Osman now. Tried to play that out to Chiari. Didn't quite get it wide enough, and ushered out and behind by Clark Tozic. And another cheap foul given away, this time by Harborside, and that's breaks up the attempted move forward there by the Whitecaps, but it'll just give him a time to run some more time off the clock here. We'll keep an eye on the fourth official. He's got his board poised for how much stoppage time might get added on here. Aside from the water break, there was the stoppage to Cal Weir as well, so he might be looking at 3 or 4 minutes here. Espinal plays it back to Lefevre. Thomas. Foul there on Osman. Referee immediately blown for that one, calling the trainer on. Osman does look in a little bit of pain there. Minimum of 4 minutes indicated by the fourth official here in the first half. That might even get added to a little bit, depending how long this stoppage is going to be for. And Osman a little bit shaken, but moving a little gingerly as he goes off the field here, but I'm sure he'll be good to carry on for Kevin Linda's side. The Harborside have the equaliser in them before the half. Beharry storming forward here. Nice ball to the outside. It's centred and looking for Biopolis. The flag up though by the near side linesman, who was certainly not up level with play there, so I'm not quite sure that he had a very good view of that, but either way, Milosevic was more than a match for that. Here go the Whitecaps at the other end. The shot comes in, a wild flash at that one in the end from Amoni Thomas, and that's high and over Cal Weir's bar. Long ball forward, looking to try and play in Chiari. That's Was asking a lot for him to get anywhere near that one. Just had too much power and was coming away from the Kiwi there. And the Whitecaps, they looks like they're just happy to see this half out go in with the 1-goal lead. Hear what the head coach Ewan Fisher has to say to them. They're just knocking the ball around at the back. Whitecaps' first team, of course, will be kicking off very shortly in MLS action. Why don't you double dip? Have this on one screen, have the MLS game on the other. I'll be trying to do that for the second half as that ball runs through. Another player goes down for Harborside. It's not been a good half for the Nanaimo team in terms of knocks. Trying to see who's down. If it is Osman again, I think it might be. And if it is, you have to feel that might be his day done out there. We're into the, it is Osman, in fact, as he gets back up, and I would not be surprised if that is his day done, but we're very close to half-time as the referee indeed just blows for half-time. So that will give Kevin Lindo a chance to weigh up whether Yusuf Osman can continue in the second half or whether we're going to get a substitution. Maybe he might want to freshen things up anyway, because right now his side are trailing by 1-0. It's the Whitecaps that have the only goal of the game, and it came in the 41st minute. Edwin Espinal finishing off a Mateus Amori cross after some great work by Sidney Bathuta. That's where we stand at half-time. Go stick the kettle on, grab your biscuit of choice, and join us in 15 minutes for the second half of this one at Thunderbird Stadium.
TikTok and Facebook.
Welcome back to Thunderbird Stadium for what is sure to be a fantastic second half. The Whitecaps lead Harborside by 1-0. Edwin Aspinall, the only goal of the game, coming just before half-time. Harborside had the better of the first half, but kept off the score sheet by the fantastic play of Alexander Milosevic. In goal for the Whitecaps, making his League One debut. Ben Alexander headed back off to the college ranks. We wish him all the best as he's transferred to Boston College. And it's going to be Harborside that get the second half action underway. They're shooting right to left in the second half in the dark blue jerseys with their light blue shorts, white numbers. Whitecaps, of course, in their traditional white jerseys with the blue band and the blue shorts. Quick look around, and I don't think there has been any half-time substitutions. We will bring you those if we find that they have. And remember, I hope you can double dip this afternoon as the Whitecaps are in Montreal on first team duty. Get that on one screen, get this one on the other. That's what I am doing for this second half. Getting quite used to this after doing the TSS game last night while I was watching Canada play.
Substitutions for Harborside FC at the half.
Harborside have made a substitution at the half. Joseph Chiari, the number 2, has made way.
Number 15, Daniel McCaskill.
And Daniel McCaskill coming in, the number 15.
Number 3, Yusuf Osman, replaced by number 18, Ashton Bryant.
And kind of as expected, Yusuf Osman, who took a couple of knocks.
Scoring change on the first Whitecaps FC goal in the 41st minute. Now credited to number 94, Edwin Espinal. The assist to number 79, Mateo Samori.
Just hearing the announcement correcting the goal to Edwin Espinal. I'm not sure who they initially gave it to. I didn't hear what they had said there, but it was always Edwin Espinal's. But anyway, Ashton Bryant, the number 18, has also come on by the looks of it for Harborside in the 2 changes at the half as Kevin Lindo tries to get something from this one. The Whitecaps will be happy with this lead. It's a lead that right now takes them to the top of the L1BC standings. They would love nothing more than to be crowned regular season champs in both the men and the women's division. They are already pretty much assured to win another Juan de Fuca plate, as tearing forward there was Espinal looking to add to his tally. McCaskill in the thick of the action right away. And the Whitecaps have done a good job at really negating Suka Behere's influential play in the first half. He has had a couple of flashes, but the Whitecaps have dealt with it. Biopoulos has had a couple of great chances and looks on goal, but Milosevic has denied him about 3 or 4 times so far. Not the end of the world for Harborside if they don't get anything from this one, but it certainly does make their life a lot more difficult. Their playoff fate in their own hands at the moment. 2 games to go after this one for them, as I mentioned, at home to TSS and at home to Unity, in which everything could be on the line for that 4th and final playoff spot. Clark Tozak trying to bring that one down, just hits off his shin and out, and Harborside will get a throw in deep in their half. Remember, if you want to get in touch with us during the game, you can do so on Twitter at AFT in Canada or by email aftincanada@hotmail.com. I'm your match commentator, Michael McCall. Thank you for supporting League 1 BC, whether you're watching live, watching on demand. Your support of local soccer and of League 1 is appreciated by everyone. It's always interesting watching Whitecaps teams as well to see which of these players will make the jump up to pro. Not just Whitecaps players, of course, but there is that pathway to the first team here. And a number go on to play CPL as well, but League 1 in general in BC has moved a number of male and female players on to the professional ranks in recent years. As Thomas sent crashing to the ground there, and is that going to bring the first card up, or is just a talking to for Cam Shaw? He hasn't really had any other heavy challenges that I can remember, so that's fair enough from referee Ramich. A ball cut out by Harborside. They're going to try and get something going out of the other end. Clark Tozak battling away. Harborside come away with it. Shaw was streaking up there, but Biopolis closed down well by Wathuta, not allowing him to get that pass out to Shaw, who's taken up residence, it looks, up this left wing. He gets the ball now. Played that just behind Behere, but Shaw recovers well to win it back for the visitors. Behere now. He's got a lot of Whitecaps players around him. Gets clear, tries to send that forward to Biopolis, as he has done so many times already this season. Those two have linked up for so many goals and assists. Behere back on the ball. That takes a fortunate touch through from Harborside. It comes in front to Biopolis, and the leading scorer in League 1 adds to his tally. It's an 11th of the season for Billy Biopolis. The traditional celebration that we get from Biopolis and Behere, and it's tied up here at Thunderbird. It's Whitecaps 1, Harborside 1. Billy Biopolis doing the damage in League 1 once again. Someone shouting to Billy, "That's 11," and he shouts back, "That's for you." And that is just what Kevin Lindo was looking for, the response he was looking for from his side. And now we have very much game back on here at Thunderbird Stadium.
Harborside FC goal, scorer number 10, Billy Begiopoulos. The assist to number 18, Ashton Bryant.
Was away to say, I think the cross came in from the sub Ashton Bryant as well, just confirmed there by the PA. So Ashton Bryant getting his first assist of the season for Harborside. And of course, pulling the strings in the build-up to that one was Suka Behere. Who else but the Egyptian? Nothing Alexander Milosevic could do to keep that one out. And we are all tied up here at Thunderbird Stadium. This is going to be set up for an absolutely fantastic second half here. Harborside had the better of the play in the first half. We're unlucky to be going in trailing at half time. But they have come out all guns blazing in the second half. A little slow start to this half for the Whitecaps. They've got some dangerous pieces on the bench though, whenever Ewan Fisher wants to turn to them. Those two changes though for Harborside at half-time. One of them clearly enforced with the injury to Yusuf Osman, but it has brought a good spark to Harborside to start off the second. Final score from Kamloops in the women's division as well, a 1-0 win for Unity over Rivers. 36th minute goal from Janaya Robertson, and that sends Unity into second in the standings, with them and Burnaby both having one game to go, and Burnaby making the trip to the Whitecaps next Sunday. And they'll need to win that to try and host a home playoff game. RB setting up, though, a repeat in the women's division of last year's final between the Whitecaps and Unity. Still a lot of football to be played. The Whitecaps, of course, won both the men's and the women's BC League 1 BC Championship last year. That through ball, Milosevic quickly off his line before Biopolis could run down. And just a correction, which interestingly the PA also picked up on this as well, but the number 15 that came on for Harborside is Alex Didami. Not Daniel McCaskill. As we mentioned, McCaskill is at home at the moment in Nanaimo nursing a hamstring injury. And thanks to Don McCaskill for letting us know that. Hate when teams change jersey numbers up on us, I've got to say. The long ball forward there, looking to try and play in Cam Shaw. It is all Harborside pushing at the moment. Here go the Whitecaps though. De Silva goes for the long range effort, and that's well stopped there by Cal Weir. Good power on that from De Silva. Decala now bringing the ball forward. He's been allowed to roam forward a lot from the centre-back position, Josh Wabbit Decala, this afternoon. Harborside pressing hard, not letting the Whitecaps get any space out there at all to get anything going in this half. Really piling the pressure on here. They're going to feel they can win this one now, and the Whitecaps are going to make a double substitution here to try and mix things up. Angelo Zhu is making way for number 74, Aidan Fong.
First substitution for Vancouver. Out of the match, number 88, Angelo Zhu. Replaced by number 74, Aidan Fong. Second substitution, leaving the match, number 79, Matteo Samori. And into the match, number 34, Riley Ferraro.
I just waited till the announcement was made there. It's such a loud PA that they have here at Thunderbird. It's really hard to talk over it. But yeah, coming on, number 74, Aidan Fong. Number 34, Riley Ferraro. Making way is number 79, the captain, Matteo Samori. Got an assist on that first goal for the Whitecaps. Also making way, number 88, Angelo Zhu, who I thought was having a really good game, at least in the first half, but hadn't featured too much in the second. Now we've got the Whitecaps again, storming forward. Good delivery in there from Thomas. Cristiano da Silva, incidentally, now wearing the captain's armband for the Whitecaps here. We'll see if those changes can mix things up for the Caps. That's a crunch and challenge from Da Silva. That is a brilliant tackle from him. He seems to have maybe hurt himself in the process, though. A bit of a head knock there, and he goes down again, holding his head, and the referee quick to stop this. Really, really crunched through with the tackle there. Did well to win the ball, and I wonder if he's just maybe jarred his neck a little bit, or maybe just took a knock to his head as that went through. Players will take this opportunity to get some water on a very hot day here at Thunderbird Stadium, and I will do the same myself. And the players back on the pitch there, and Da Silva getting a little bit more treatment off to the side. Walked off unaided. Doesn't look too bad right now, but of course they will not take any chances. They will want to make sure that there is no concussion or any possible injury. It does actually look like the Whitecaps are going to make a change here as well, but for now, the action back underway. Harborside on the ball. Shaw pushed over there by Espinal. Harborside get on with the free kick. Beharry now on the left. Dances into the box as he does so well. Cuts it back there for Hall, but he just can't connect on it. Harborside though pick up the loose ball. Shaw sends it into the edge of the box. That takes a bounce that could have gone anywhere. Dakala recovers well though, and Thomas with a big boot to send that up the field. It doesn't get too far though. It's going to come straight back in to the danger zone for the Whitecaps. Harborside pushing hard now. Beharry to Biopolis, taken off his foot there by Sahai Williams. Apologies, that's Dakala with a challenge there. And now they do bring it out. Da Silva back on, incidentally, and just on the ball just now, so it doesn't seem too much worse for wear. Whitecaps had looked like they were getting a substitution ready, but that seems to wait for now. And they will go with these 11 for the next little bit here as we've moved past the hour mark here. Tied up at 1 apiece. Entertaining game so far. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're taking it in. In BC, in Canada, down in New Zealand like Paul, or elsewhere in the world. Much more entertaining than the games at the Euros, I'm sure you can agree. Whitecaps seem to have regrouped after that goal and looking more dangerous now. Espinal on the ball, tried to thread that one through to Wathuta. Broken up by Harborside. Caps go again. Harborside keeping good shape though. We saw that in the women's game as well. Two very well organised teams. Don't give up space, keep their shape, and really make their opponents work for any chances that they get. Now here's a chance for Ferraro. Gets into the box. Almost a clumsy challenge there from Purcell. Really thought he was going to just have a little nick and bring Ferraro down there, but Ferraro stays on his feet. And we now get a double substitution. Coming up for Harborside and making way is number 16, Michael Hippel.
Third substitution.
Coming on, number 8, Ben Kresick.
Into the match, number 13, Declan Brown. Fourth substitution.
Also coming on for Harborside is number 13, Declan Brown.
Number 8, Ben Cresswell.
I've got the app up now. I'm not taking anything that the PA announcer is saying. Not sure what team list he has got. Whitecaps with a throw-in. Thomas inside to Lefevre. Clark Tozak now out onto the left wing, gets the return pass. Clark Tozak hits the byline, cuts it back. Fergus Hall there to clear the danger. Ball comes in though, whipping effort there from Fong, and that's got the power but did not have the direction, just high and over. As the substitutions come in thick and fast now, the Whitecaps will make another substitution here. Elijah Bean coming on for the Whitecaps, the number 89. And making way is number 84, Amoni Thomas. Elijah Bean, another player that's impressed me for the Whitecaps this year.
Into the match, number 89, Elijah Bean.
Another player from Edmonton, the 17-year-old. As we've mentioned before, nephew of Toussaint Ricketts. Some good genes in that family because Bean has looked very lively, and Bean also great off the pitch. He was named the Whitecaps Academy 2024 Male Humanitarian of the Year. DeCala falls down, recovers well and picks himself up to still be on the ball. Gives it out to Bean now. Great work already by Bean to Ferraro. Whitecaps pressing here. Ferraro gives it back outside to Bean. First time delivery in from Bean. Falls to Espinal at the edge of the box. Goes for goal, and we are more than a match of that. Didn't really have a lot of power on it, but Weir still had to come up with a save. He quickly gets on to Beharry. Bounces favourably for Harborside. Beharry blocked as he tried to go inside there. Referee agrees and calls the foul on DeCala. And Harborside will get a chance here for a good set-piece opportunity. Midway point now of the second half. Just a quarter of this game to go. Still tied at 1 apiece. Who have you got in this one? Both teams more than capable of getting the next goal, getting into the lead. Harborside with the opportunity just now. Biopolis standing over this free kick. Chips it into the back post. A lot of bodies going in. Bodies hitting the deck as well. Fergus Hall, the captain, going to ground there. Referee didn't see anything wrong with that. And the Caps will get on with it. Caps storming forward here. This is a fantastic run. Played inside, down in the box. Referee says fair challenge there. I'd like to see that one back. Hall and Ferraro there. Ferraro went down. Ball comes back into the box here. And big clearance by Harborside. Caps really starting to push now. DeCala picks up the loose ball. Drives forward. Centre back plays it out to Bean. That was some run forward by Sydney Wathuta as well, just to set that opportunity up. And we're going to get our second and final water break of the afternoon here, tied up at 1 apiece at Thunderbird Stadium. And while we've got this water break, League 1 BC would like to acknowledge and thank the following league partners. CIBC, the lead partner for Canada Soccer, the Canadian Premier League and League 1. Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, Refuel. The Cruyff Institute, educating athletes, sport and business professionals to become leaders in sport management. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League 1. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories. The Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. One Soccer, the home of soccer in Canada. Join the movement and watch Canadian national team matches and every CPL game from any device. And BC Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire and unite. Let's see who is inspiring with their play in the last 14 minutes here. Game is very much still in the balance, on a knife edge. And it's a big game for both teams. The Whitecaps with a win go back to the top of the standings for now at least. And they're going to make another substitution here.
For substitution for Vancouver in the 72nd minute. Leading the match, number 65.
And Mario Lefebvre making way.
Marcus Rukavina.
And coming on, number 95, Marcus Rukavina. Dangerous forward. We've seen him put in a few good performances this year in League 1. The 18-year-old from Vancouver. 8 goals for the Whitecaps in Fraser Valley play during the winter season. His first season in League 1 with the Whitecaps. 1 goal so far to his name for Marcus Rukavina. Can he add to that tally this afternoon? Biopolis, he is on the score sheet this afternoon. Ball breaks inside. Chipped forward by Behere. Biopolis waiting for that to come down to put that one away, and headed clear by DeCala, and he had to make sure he got ahead to that because Biopolis was waiting to pounce for his second of the afternoon. Harborside with the corner. The wind swirls again here at Thunderbird. It's punched clear by Milosevic, just as far to Biopolis. So much going on there. Trying to get the words out. Everyone's got long names, it feels, this afternoon. As the ball cleared up the field there. The shot coming in the end from Ben Kresic. Actually, no, it was Wyatt Lyon that had the shot there. Apologies there to Wyatt. But Milosevic coming up with the big save. The Caps keeper making his League 1 debut this afternoon. He's played goalkeeper since 4 years old. All he wanted to be as a footballer was a goalkeeper, following in his dad's footsteps, who played as a goalkeeper over in Serbia. Espinal got the Whitecaps goal this afternoon. Caps are about to make another double substitution as well by the looks of this, as they push hard to try and get the go-ahead goal once again. Decala inside to Ferraro. He turns well, trying to make room for the shot. Comes back to Espinal. He can't get room for the shot. Goes down, nothing in that. Silva plays that out to Clark Tosic Fong now. Again, no space getting given up by Harborside, headed clear by Hall. Beharry tussling away with Decala. Felt he was fouled there. Again, referee letting it go. Didn't seem to be a lot in that, has to be said. Espinal twisting, turning, plays it inside to Rukavina. Maybe took a touch too much there. Had to hit that first time, you feel. He was closed down quickly by Harborside. Bean now tries to get the cross in. Excellent block, though, by Callum McGogg. Sorry, not by Callum McGogg. Again, it's a number change. It's Declan Brown, the number 13. My notes and the squad numbers not matching up for this one, but it's Declan Brown that is on as the number 13. Whitecaps have another corner as we move in to the last 15 minutes. And there's a bit of debate where they're going to make the substitution, and indeed they are. And coming on for the Whitecaps is their leading scorer, David Ajagbe, adding some good height there for the Whitecaps. They get on with the corner. De Silva sends it into the box. It's headed clear. Is it going to come back in? Flicked on there by Fong. Looking to try and get that to Ferraro.
6 substitution for the Whitecaps.
Sahai Williams making way as well.
Number 94, Edwin Espinal.
And Edwin Espinal, the goal scorer,
David Ajagbe.
going off for David Ajagbe. As that ball's just going to run behind for a Harborside goal kick. Colby Renton, the number 78, coming on for Sahai Williams. '17-year-old defender who is committed to the Santa Barbara Gauchos. And he's going to have a great time down there. I love Santa Barbara. I've taken in a couple of Gauchos games in the past in my time down there. And they have a fantastic fan base and a fantastic atmosphere. Beharry now skips away from the challenge. Gets the ball back here, cuts inside, looks for the little give and go, but it's taken off his feet now. And a chance. De Silva forced back, though he couldn't get that one up the field. But now the Whitecaps will bring this forward. Renton gets it back from Bean. No space again for the Whitecaps up this right side. So they'll just slow it down, try and get something going through any of the channels right now. Loose one picked off well there by Purcell. It's a long ball forward, looking to try and play in Biopolis again, but ushered back to the keeper by Decala. Whitecaps quick to bring it back out. Purcell again putting a good job at breaking that one up, forcing Rukavina to turn back, and the Whitecaps will try and get it going up the left-hand side now. With a touch inside to Rukavina. He'll play this out to Bean. Being forced inside. Back out to Wathuta, who can't get a clean shot off there. Tracks back though to pick up the loose ball. Renton now for the Caps. Bean gets past three Harborside players into the box, hits the byline, still Elijah Bean. Cuts it back, no one there for the Whitecaps though. Fantastic work by Bean, but did not get the support he needed there. Skipped through three Harborside players. Renton picks up the loose ball. Brown tried to get that one cleared. Rukavina played a nice little give and go off the referee there. Not quite allowed. We're going to get two more substitutions now coming up for Harborside. Making way is number 4, Wyatt Lyon. And coming on for Harborside is number 21, Matthew Coburn. Again, I've gone back to my app here because they've changed the squad numbers up on me. And Suka Behere making way for Harborside here. Actually,
in the bench, number 9, Andre Tovar.
Andres Tovar, the number 9, coming on now as well for Harborside in the closing minutes. The Venezuelan. Wasn't a good night for Venezuela last night. Can it be a better afternoon for one Venezuelan in particular today if Tovar can spark something going here for Harborside? Wathuta gets the ball, goes for goal, and what a save from Callum Weir. 32-yard blast there from Sydney Wathuta, and Weir over across his goal to turn that one away. Fantastic stop by the young Harborside keeper. The Caps keeping the pressure on, and this time Weir collects the loose ball. Thought about sending it quickly up the field. Wathuta, he's putting a good shift this afternoon, wins the ball back there, and Hall had to be over quick to deal with that and turn that danger away. Caps pushing hard now in the last few minutes here. Chipped into the box for Ferraro. Cornwall, though, dealing with the danger. Renton, touch outside, kept in well by Bean. Nothing going for the Caps. They'll now try up the left side. It's given away though, and a chance here for Harborside to break. Biopolis is streaking forward. It's a brilliant through ball. It finds the leading scorer, but Milosevic superbly off his line. Just got a little bit away from Biopolis, but you've got to give full credit there to Alexander Milosevic. A point will inch Harborside closer to unity in the standings here in League One. Still keeps them out of the playoff spots. They could do with all three. Unity in action this afternoon against Rivers. That is a game that you could say could go either way. Rivers have it in them, certainly, to beat Unity or to take something of Unity. A through ball for Ferraro. It just gets away from him. Can Bean keep this in? Tries his best, but just runs over the byline. That's going to be out for a Harborside goal kick here. Long ball forward, headed forward by Clark Tozak, picked up by Harborside. Tovar, he's got fresh legs out there. Plays it into the middle for Biopolis, takes a touch, makes room for the shot. Still Billy Biopolis goes for goal and flashes it past the far post. Takes a deflection on the way through, and Harborside will get a corner here. And Callum Weir is down again in the Harborside half. We saw him go down 20 odd minutes in the first half. He's up just now. I don't know if he's maybe just having a rest in the heat. Sun certainly beating down on him just now. Thought he maybe had another little injury there, but just seems to have been having a little rest. But Harborside have a corner here in the last 5 minutes of this one. Tovar over to take it. Movement in the box, played short though. Out to Krezik. Biopolis back to Tovar. The Venezuelan goes for goal, but it's blocked very well there by Decala, who's had an excellent afternoon out there for the Caps, the 18-year-old. Spent time last season with WWFC 2, where he made 21 appearances. Got his first goal as a pro as well, Josh Wayne Decala. Oh, and Harborside have put it away, and they've got the late lead here. And you see what it means to them. Charlie Purcell, I think, is the man that put that one away, and they're having a little group huddle here. How huge could that goal be for Harborside? Came from the corner. Unable to be cleared by the Whitecaps, and it fell nicely to Charlie Purcell, who put it away. And Harborside have the lead here with 3 minutes to go. 87th minute goal there. I'm waiting to hear the confirmation that it was Charlie Purcell. I'm pretty sure it was. Now, do the Whitecaps have it in them to get the equaliser?
Harborside FC goal scored in the 87th minute by number 17, Charlie Purcell. The assist to number 8, Ben Creswick. Purcell from Creswick in the 87th minute.
Harborside pushing again for more. Tovar there. He's brought a fresh spark to them since coming on. Rukavina plays it into the centre. Comes back out looking for Ferraro, but over there, Tristan Cornwell dealing with the danger. Incidentally, Ben Krezik getting the assist on that goal for Harborside. It was Purcell's third goal of the season, and for Ben Krezik, his fourth assist of the year. And right now it has Harborside sitting pretty, but the Whitecaps pushing for the equaliser. Bean not getting given any room out there at all. Renton sends a high one into the box. Headed up by Wathuta, can't bring it down. And Tovar over on the right-hand side. He's been all over the pitch, Andres Tovar, in a good way for Harborside since coming on here. Bean cuts inside, tries to thread that through, gets up the loose ball. Him and Wathuta getting each other's road though, but Whitecaps keeping it alive. Cross comes in from Clark Tosick. It's up in the air and Callum Weir out to collect it. And you can't help but think back to a massive save from Callum Weir. To deny Sydney Wathuta a few minutes ago.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time.
And a minimum of 5 minutes time to get added on here. I will get my stopwatch started as a heavy challenge there on Biopolis, and the yellow card coming out for Elijah Bean.
Whitecaps FC caution shown to number 89, Elijah B, in stoppage time.
Harborside will just want to run the minutes out here. Tovar using his experience, the 31-year-old, hitting the corner. Had a big part to play in what looks right now to be the winning goal. He played the corner, could have sent it into the box, played it to Ben Creswick outside the box, and it was Creswick's shot in that caused problems, and it was put away by Charlie Purcell. Right now, that's the difference between these two teams. And right now, Purcell's goal has Harborside sitting in a playoff spot and only 2 points behind the Whitecaps in the standings as well. That is how tight it is between the top 5 teams in League 1BC. But the Whitecaps still could turn things around here. Minimum of 5 minutes time added on. We're in minute 2, or just coming to the end of minute 2 of that. Tovar trying to win a corner, unable to do so. Milosevic with a big kick up. It's brought down and a kick and run here. The Whitecaps streaking forward. David Ajagbe, and that's going to bring out a card. Fergus Hall pleading his innocence there, saying that he didn't make any contact, but it looked a foul to me, and it was more whether it was intent really than anything else there. The decision going against the Harborside man. The Whitecaps now, they are fast running out of time to try and find the equaliser. Earlier today they were top of the League 1BC standings. Now they are sitting just a couple of points ahead of Harborside if they can't get an answer here. Ball chipped in, headed up into the air. And the Whitecaps, you know, are going to push hard now to the very end of this one. Ajagbe over with the throw-in. Looking for some movement. Forced to play it all the way back to Bean, who's playing very deep right now. You kind of really want to get him further up the field. On the ball just now, Bean sends the cross into the box. It's flicked on by Ajagbe. That's just going to run through to Weir, and he'll drop it to run seconds off the clock. Every second crucial to Harborside right now as they look to hold on to what would be a massive 2-1 win here. Weir just kicks it up the field to his opposite number. There's still a minute of this, a minimum of a minute of this one left. There could still be a sting in the tail for Harborside. Milosevic needs to get this one forward though. Coburn heads it clear. Now it's a chance here for Harborside to break. Ball played through to Biopolis, but Bean back, tracking well. And the Caps will maybe get one final opportunity here to find the equaliser. Ferraro gets that taken off his foot and a shove in the back, and that's just not what the Whitecaps needed to do right there. And you know, Harborside will milk this for as much as they can, run down as many minutes as they can. And that's played forward to Biopolis. Flag up though on the far side. Are the Whitecaps going to have time for one last push here? They looked to have this one. They were playing such nice football and had chances. Renton floats that into the box. Falls to with Thuta at the edge, and he just snatches at that one. That's high and over, and that is surely going to be the last action here. Referee telling Callum Weir to get on with it. Harborside seconds away for what would be a huge victory and be a massive boost to their playoff hopes. Nice head tennis out there just now. No one can bring it down. Ajagbe flicks it up into the air. Dekala playing a forward role now. They're just trying to get all the bodies up there. Rukavina. We're into the 7th minute of stoppage time here. Ball whipped in beautifully to Dekala, who meets it well, goes down and a shove. Foul there by Dekala on Fergus Hall, and that now surely will be the last action of this one. Weir. And that's the last action of this. And Harborside, you see what it means to them. They've come away with a huge 2-1 win here at Thunderbird Stadium over the Whitecaps. The Whitecaps opened the scoring in the 41st minute. Edwin Espinal, League 1 BC, a Golden Boot leader, Billy Biopolis tied things up in the 52nd minute. And then with 3 minutes remaining, Charlie Purcell tucks it away to make it 2-1. Actually, it might be in the 81st minute. I can't read my writing here. Either way, it was Charlie Purcell tucking it away from close range. And that is a massive 3 points for Harborside that moves them into the playoff space for now, at least in League 1 BC. Unity in action this afternoon against Rivers. That game kicks off at 6 o'clock. And we'll see how that one plays out. But as things currently stand, Harborside are up to 4th. They're on 14 points. The Whitecaps on 16. Tomorrow, TSS and Altitude battle it out at Kinsman Field. No stream for that one. Get along to North Vancouver. This could be the decider as to who tops the regular season standings and who claims the spot in the 2025 Canadian Championship. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. I've been Michael McCall. We'll be back with action soon. The next game of the week, next Sunday from Kamloops. It's Rivers against TSS. Until next time, have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll catch you at the pitch soon.